Hello and welcome to Megamation Direct Line training video. In this video we'll go over the basic navigation and how to access the various screens and look at the different fields, icons, drop-downs, pop-ups, just to get you a basic idea of how to utilize Megamation Direct Line system. We see the Megamation Direct Line main menu. To the left-hand side we see icons or shortcuts that show, once you hover over them, what screen they point to. And to the right hand side there's menu items that, once clicked on, the plus beside it expand and show you the various modules available, which you can drill down by using the plus sign again and get to a particular screen. In this case, the inventory header entry screen. Now the same menu item can be accessed by clicking on Module up top and going to, in this example, Inventory and then the header entry screen. So there's multiple ways of navigating through the Megamation Direct Line system, and those are some of the main methods of accessing. The difference being, with this B-tree structure, you actually can have it expanded to where you usually access your screen and keep it open that way, versus using these menu items. They quickly allow you to navigate to where you need to go, but you always have to again come back to the module menu item and click on inventory to get to the inventory header entry, for example. You can always click on the minus sign beside module. Let's go into another menu item by going to Module, Maintenance, and the Work Request Entry screen, which is commonly used by a lot of our clients. As soon as we click on it, it loads up the Work Request Entry screen in the Maintenance module, and you can identify it by looking up top here that you're in the Maintenance module, and down here you're in the Work Request Entry screen. So the other basic navigation involves knowing how to utilize the basic functions. Some of these icons are pretty much similar in most of the modules and are shown up top, right under the menu items that are also available in most of the modules. For example, File gives you access to clear the screen, to close the screen, save the record, save as another record, email the record, print it out, or even just exit the module altogether. And then under Module, you get the submenu items for the module you're in. For example, right now I'm in the Maintenance module, so I get all the submenu items for the Maintenance module, showing me what other screens for work request, work orders I can access. If I want to go print something or a bunch of work orders, I can do it from this screen. Take a look at the list, schedule or assign work orders. All that can be done from this module menu item. Then comes the edit menu item. When clicked on, gives you options. Also, just like any other Windows program, gives you the ability to cut, copy, paste, and depending on which cell or location you're in, you will be able to then use the edit mode to edit something inside the cell for equipment number, for example. Then there's the Tools menu item that shows you some of the tools provided, in this case from the Maintenance module, where you can take a look at the work order list, view related equipment if you had a work order open with an equipment attached, view the related building based on the work order that is loaded. So let's open up an existing work order number that may have an equipment. In this case, there are equipments attached to work order and there's a description as well. So now if I went to Tools, View Related Building, it will just open up the related building in the Building Site Entry screen, that's in the equipment module. Now I'll quickly show you how I can get back to the work order using this icon that's called the exit module icon. And now I'm back to the work request entry. Again, going into Tools, View Related Equipment shows me all the equipment attached that I can see attached in the equipment section here. Notice that there are two equipment attached to this work order. That means this equipment field is multi-value field, and that would mean that more than one equipment can be attached to the same work order. So if you had to do work on multiple equipment, you can scroll down further and attach more equipment using the search icon provided. There are green fields as well as white fields. The green fields are mandatory fields or required fields and have to be filled in order to save the work order. The white fields are not necessary to be filled in, but if you think you need to associate it in this example to a building, then might as well fill it in using the drop down. Just click on the drop down once and it opens up a list of available buildings out of which you can select the one you want. We will discuss this QBF or query by form function in another video. Let's say you had another work request entry screen open. So the previous one is open in the background, but there's a new entry window open in front of it. Then the window menu item comes handy in switching between the first or the second window. But you can choose to close all or minimize all, and they'll actually minimize the windows down here in the maintenance module. Now I can also minimize out of the maintenance module, and then you can see that it's minimized in the bottom left corner of the screen. And then I could go into another module like equipment entry screen in the equipment module, and then minimize out of this module and restore using the first icon on the maintenance module to come back to it and restore my work request entry screens if I wish. Then there's the help menu, which allows you to quickly take a look at the help function. So if your mouse is selected on the help or information for the work order, when you click on help, it shows you what the work order number is about and gives you a quick guide on what it is. Under help, there's also the manual button that basically opens up an Adobe PDF for the maintenance module, because you're in the maintenance module, and when you click on help manual, it will just open up the manual for that module. You can even print it off if you wish using the print icon. So those are the top menu items. Now I'll discuss the shortcuts provided, and as you hover over them you can see that this one's to clear the screen. So if I hit that button, it will just clear the screen of that record. This is to save the record. So if I had made a change to an existing record, so clicking on the save record will save the record unless it is closed. Then we have the print icon. So if you have a work order open and you click on the print icon, it will automatically fill in the work order to be printed, and all you have to do is hit OK. And these are related to the QBF function as well as when you select multiple records. So let's say I select more than 2 records. Then these buttons get activated and I can browse through my selection one after another. This icon is obviously for the email function, and based on the work order on your screen, when you hit this button, it allows you to email, and the very first time You can set up your name, the email address, and hit OK to configure your email account. And now, continuing, since I had hit the email button, it automatically attaches, in this case in text, ready to be sent out to any person if needed. Again, clicking on the email icon will just automatically attach the work order that is loaded on the work request entry screen. Then there's the View Documents icon, and notice how it says here 16 documents attached. So if we were to click on this View Documents icon, now you can see or view the documents or add other documents as needed. Again, the question mark icon is basically the same as the Help menu item. It depends on which field you're on, so it gives you a brief summary of that field. We don't use the video section here, as our videos are usually separate from the system, and if you would like any videos, you can certainly get in touch with us. And lastly, there's the exit module icon that basically exits you out of, in this case, the maintenance module, and brings you back to the main menu. You can also see other modules I had opened up earlier. They're minimized in the bottom left corner. You can restore them and again use the exit module button to exit out of them. And notice, because my Outlook was created the very first time, it's also open, but I can just choose to close it. Some of these icons can get you to any of the screens you need to get to right away, so these shortcuts can be controlled and managed by the administrator for your user group. So if I were to click on this icon, it would take me into the employee entry screen, which is in the employees module, and then I can use the exit module button to come back to the main menu. Now, at the end of the day, you can use this shortcut, which is like a red color backdoor button, which basically exits you out of the application.